Hello everyone, this is Mundan Raghavan. Nowadays, we all start using the AI tools. Either we use the AI tools or the tools and application that we use start using and upgrading with the AI tools. Being provided that, what if AI gets it wrong? So this is what today's discussion. And also we are going to see traditional testing won't catch these issues because AI sounds very perfect even though it is wrong. So that's why our testing or QA team need new methods, tools, and ethics to test the future of software LLMs. LLMs, as you might be knowing already, large language model, which is the core of so many AI tools such as ChatGPT and Gemini. Now, let's see and raise the awareness about the risk of unchecked LLM outputs. Before getting to the next topic, let's try to understand. We have been in this industry for having so many testing tools and different methodology to test all kind of applications. Then why it is so difficult and different while testing the LLMs? The answer is very simple. LLMs are not traditional software because it outputs always changes. Even though the same input if you give based on the timings, based on the chat, or even based on the model that you use, you may not expect the same output because it does not have any fixed logic. And also, it works on the language behavior. The quality of the prompt will decide the quality of the output. For example, in your traditional app, you have the fixed logic. The UI flow will be simple from A to B to C, and it will have its own different flows. Traditionally, we use the Selenium in case of UI flow, whereas in LLM, we need to upgrade ourselves to understand about the different LLM testing frameworks, such as DeepEval, TruLens, RAGAS, and not limited to this. There are a lot of other LLM frameworks. And also sometimes LLMs can hallucinate, which means that it looks like a very real one, but still it is not the correct one. And also, some of the LLMs might have the bias. Some of the LLMs may not have the enough information so that it is trying to create its own, even though it is not actually. So like this, we need to consider the LLM nature to test the LLMs so that you can exactly test the LLMs for the future. And if at all, if AI gets it wrong, what would be the impacts and risks that we have? For example, if medical chatbots recommends a wrong drug or more number of drugs, it will create the real risk for life. Even nowadays, you can see people are asking about the share market or the different shares and its lifetime of returns into the ChatGPT or into the Gemini. If at all, if it gives the poor advice and the person can lose lot of money. Same goes with the legal bot. Nobody will have the time to read through all the documents about the laws and audits. So that's why most of the time they might be using the RAG. But if at all, if the RAG gives the hallucinated laws or information, it will impact so much to the company. So that's the reason, even though it looks like a very technical, the output might impact personnel, companies, even countries. So that's the reason we should be very careful while testing the LLMs. And also we need to follow the some kind of ethics. Now, if at all, if you're getting into the QA rule and testing the LLM, very high level, abstract what you will test. Factual accuracy, which means that it's actually having the clear factual inputs, rather hallucinating. Ethical alignment. Based on the company, based on the country, you will have that different ethical points that has to be covered for testing and using the LLMs. And contextual coherence. Based on the local government, based on the local district, you need to have the context and your output should coherence with that context. Last but not least, you should have the safety and explainability. For example, if you get the output, it should have the proper reasoning. It should not create based on the data or based on some kind of prompt. It should have the reasoning for creating the output. So that's the reason we should consider these points at very abstract level. However, in coming videos, we will see what are the different guidelines available for us. So far, we have seen what if AI gets it wrong and what are the impacts and why it is difficult and challenging while testing the LLMs. However, we also know that we need to start testing the LLM. Then, how an QA can start? To understand the different LLM frameworks such as DeepEval, TruLens, and RAGAS. And also we can see the NIST ARM of mindset. So this has the clear guidelines how the LLM should be designed and used. In coming videos, we are going to see this framework as well as one of the LLM testing framework so that we will be clear how to start our LLM testing. So this series is all about LLM testing using the NIST ARM of mindset and also one of the LLM framework such as DeepEval. Hope this video we have covered the basic details about the LLM testing. In coming videos, we will continue further. And this is all about this video, and always be a rainbow in others' cloud.